So today I've picked out the top 15 books that I personally want to read in 2025, and some I'm really scared about reading and others I'm excited for. So we're going to be ranking them from least excited to most excited. And before we get into it, go get comfy, go get a drink, because we have a lot to get through. So starting off strong, I do want to say though, it was very hard to rank some of these, pretty much from, I'm gonna say 5 or 6 under. It was so hard. So starting off with, we have Saving Noah by Lucinda Berry. This is one that I've always wanted to read, and I don't know why, it's still here. It's still here. Anyway, I really want to read Lucinda Berry's books, and the reason why is because she did get compared to Frida McFadden, but apparently it's like not the same. Like, I think they described Frida as popcorn and she is actually real deep, serious stuff. So I want to give her books a go. So pretty much this one, Noah is a high school, I think he's in high school, but he's in school, he is an honor roll student, and he does stuff to other people. Definitely go and read your triggers before you read this, because it is a very deep topic. Anyway, he ends up getting sentenced 18 months in a juvenile center, and upon his release his mum wants him to come home, but her husband doesn't want him in the house, which honestly, fair enough. So his mum has to make the decision about protecting her son or not, and I think it uncovers some secrets and truths and lies, and it just, I'm excited. Next we have Consider Me, and it's this series here. I don't have the first one. I literally have the last book, but it is this whole series here. It's a hockey romance. There is 4 books called Consider Me, Play With Me, Unravel Me, and then Fall With Me. I want to read all of them. All of these are in this number. So they are hockey romances. I'm pretty sure that you're interconnected, but it sold me just at the hockey spot. So some of them are like one night stands and they can't let him go. I think I read that there was a brother's best friend, but don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like they're all pretty along the same story, all hockey romances, but I still eat them up. So for number 13, we have Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This has been on my list for, I swear, 2 years, and it's still here. The first initial reason I haven't picked it up is because of how thick she is, but you know what? This doesn't scare me anymore, because I read all of Zodiac Academy, and just, that is another story. This is a small town romance, Grumpy Sunshine. Apparently it is done really well, and the romance in this just hits. I'm so excited to deep dive into this. I also, just like a side topic, I've seen the special editions of these and I really want them. Let me know if you think these covers here are cute. Do you like them, or are they ugly? Number 12, we have got Hexed by Emily McIntyre. Now I want to say I really love her books, but I've only read one and that was Hooked, but I absolutely ate that up. I do have the others. Well, I've only got Scarred at the moment, so now I've got Hexed, and I'm excited. I'm excited for this because it's an Ursula retelling, obviously with her being the main character, but her name's not Ursula. One thing I love about this though is her name is Vanessa. It's spelled differently, but I kind of love how she has intertwined that actual character, like the characters together. I honestly don't know too much about this one. All I know is it's a romance, and this is the last one in the series, so I'm excited. I'm just obsessed with the cover. I'm obsessed with Little Mermaid, and this is just, I almost like, I feel like this is going to be my baby. And you're probably like, then why is it so low down on your list? Like, it was hard. It was hard, okay? There's so many. Next we have The Last Letter by Rebecca Yarros, and I have heard so many good things about this book. I've heard it's really sad. It will make you cry. It's emotional. It's got happy moments. It's got everything. You will feel literally everything. I've got this planned in a video where I'm literally going to be reading books that I think will make me cry. Typical, I know, but it's something I want to do. I don't really know much about this one. all I know that it's heartbreaking. I think the guy is in the army, but one final letter, his last wish, go and be with her. Beckett, if you're reading this, you know the last letter drill. You made it, I didn't. Get off the guilt train, because I know if there's any chance you could have saved me, you would have. I need one thing from you. Get out of the army and get to Tooleride. My little sister Ella's raising twins alone. She's too independent and won't accept help easily. But she has lost our grandmother, our parents, and now me. It's too much for anyone to endure. It's not fair. So if I'm gone, that means I can't be there for Ella. I can't help them through this, but you can. So I'm begging you, as my best friend, go take care of my sister, my family. Please don't make her go through this alone. Ryan. Oh my god. Next we have Beartown by Frederick Blackman, and this one is hockey related too, but it's actually a bit deeper than that. This one has violence in it, abuse, resilience, loyalty, the whole thing, and apparently the way that he writes his story is just so good that it's hard to forget about. I feel like everybody has read this or they are reading it, and I want in. I want to know what this is all about. Number 9 is A Love Letter to Whiskey, and thanks to Yana, this is on my list. This is a contemporary romance, friends to lovers. Pretty much their love for each other is too much as friends, but as lovers, it's a tangled mess. I'm pretty sure it also has second chance romance, so I'm not too sure if they try to be together, break up, and then get back together maybe. It sounds messy, and I love it. Number 8, I feel like I don't need to say too much about this one. Quicksilver. And this is one book that I seen everybody read end of last year, and I was like, wow, that's so great. It's so freaking heavy and big and solid and just dense. Like, I had no idea it was this big. I couldn't visualize it. But lucky for me, it is on Kindle Unlimited, so I can flick backwards and forwards, which I'm so excited for. I hear people are obsessed about this. It is a romantasy. I genuinely do not know much about this. I just seen everybody rave about it. I was like, yeah, done. It's on there. That's all I need to know. I am obsessed with romantasies lately. It's got to be one of my favorite genres. I think Kingfisher is the main guy in this. Death has a name. It is Kingfisher of the Argon Gate. His past is murky, his attitude stinks, and he's the only way Ceres is going to make it home. It sounds like a protector of this Ceres girl, and I'm here for it. I'm excited. I did recently see though the second one of this comes out later in the year, so I might read it in the last half of the year. I'm not too sure. We will see. Now, if you're familiar with Heartless Hunter, that is the next one, but in Australia it's called Crimson Moth. This is the cover. I personally prefer the Heartless Hunter cover, but this is still up there. This is, I think, about a witch and a hunter, like a witch hunt. There's a witch hunter and there's a witch, and the hunter hunts the witch. It kind of gives me a bit of like Powerless vibes. It is YA, obviously fantasy. I think there's romance in there as well. Pretty much an enemies to lovers type of deal. I'm excited about this. This second book, I believe, is coming out soon too, and it's so much smaller than I thought. I thought this was going to be huge, but it's not. So I genuinely think this is one of the top fantasies that when I seen the cover, I was like, I need that. That sounds so good. So number 6, I don't actually own any, but that is the Throne of Glass series. We know, we've heard, we've seen people love this. I'm left out of the loop, so it is what it is, but not for long, okay? I'm gonna be honest though, I'm probably not gonna be reading this one for like probably months, because I have just finished Zodiac Academy. That is 9 books plus the novellas in itself. I just need a break from long series, like super long series. And I'm pretty sure Throne of Glass is like, is it like 8 or 9 books as well? I can't remember, but I know the main girl is an assassin, and that's pretty much all. I'm going into it blind. I'm thinking about vlogging it, so let me know if you do want to see that. Now back to our romance. This is one of my most anticipated romances of the year, and that is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I have been seeing this everywhere. I have been seeing people's ending reactions and what they think, and it put my bar from here to like up here. So I feel like I'm probably either going to be disappointed or happy. There's no in between. But I think from what I remember, it is kind of like a fake dating trope. They can't find somebody, so they're like, hey, let's date each other, then we'll break up, and it turns into this huge summer fling. So it is a slow burn, friends to lovers, forced proximity because of the families, and honestly, it kind of just, it looks fun. Like, it just looks fun. Now coming in at number 4 is the Windy City series. Starting off with Mile High. I want to read all 4. The 5th one also comes out this year. I want to say I'm excited for it. Well, I am excited for it in hopes that I'm going to be excited for the other ones. But they are all sport romances, interconnected series. And apparently the first one, Mile High, isn't the best, but the rest are like top tier, 5 stars, 6 stars, just the whole thing. So in Mile High, he falls first, opposites attract, forbidden romance, close proximity. It sounds good, and I'm a bit scared on why people don't like Mile High so much. Another thing as well with these books, they're so much bigger than what I thought they were. They're huge, absolutely huge. So that has also been on my TBR for like, I swear, 2 years or so. Now I feel like my top 3 anticipated reads for the year is everybody's most beloved Holy Grail books. I see them everywhere. I hear everything about them. I have seen spoilers, but not to the extent that I fully know what's going on. So coming at number 3, which hopefully people don't kill me for saying number 3, but that is the Akita series. So 5 books, well 4 books and a novella. I like the size of that novella. So short. Anyway, so we have 5 books here. It is romantasy, it's fae, it's enemies to lovers, arranged marriage, forced proximity, just the whole shebang. I have heard people talk about this. I know people don't like Tamlin, and I hear people love Ryzen, but to the actual story, I can't tell you much. I really can't tell you much. I know Freya, the main girl, she gets taken to, I think, does she get taken to Tamlin or something? And I think Ryzen and gets her. I'm not too sure. But this is going to be read this year, and I'm hoping within the next couple of months. I'm thinking of doing like a reading vlog for this, so let me know if you want to see that. I can do a spoiler version, a non-spoiler version, or both. Let me know. For number 2, I don't own this series yet, but it is the Boys of Tommen series. These books I'm intimidated by because they are so freaking huge. I know I've been saying this the whole video, but they're like gigantic. They're like nearly 1,000 pages each, I swear. So with this one, it is found family, friends to lovers, sports romance, set in, I think it's set in high school. I actually believe there are a bunch of like 15, 16, 17 year olds. It is meant to be YA, but there is a lot of like violence in it and mental health issues, and we pretty much watch all these people and couples and stuff go through life and see them, the struggles of being a young adult. And I honestly haven't seen that many negative reviews about this one. I was topping up between putting this first or second. First and second is honestly pretty much on par for me. They're on par. So I feel like this one's probably going to hit close to home because of the whole broken growing up family aspect, the bullying in school, just going through all this at such a young age. I feel like that's going to hit really close to home. I'm probably going to be so emotional in this. I'm probably going to be bawl my eyes out. I'm probably going to be obsessed. Love it. I just really hope it lives up to the expectation. Now, my number one might be a little shocking, and this was high up on my list. It's been high up on my list for a while, and I actually I didn't own them, but then the special editions came to Australia and I was like, you know what? I really think I'm gonna absolutely love this series. I have trust in Larry and Yana and just anyone else that I have seen recommend this, and that is the Magnolia Parks. So I don't have the Daisy Hayes ones. I didn't realize that I knew they were internet connected, but it kind of sounds like you need to read both together. So I will eventually get them, but there's no special editions for Daisy Hayes. So we have Magnolia. These covers are absolutely stunning. Even if I hate the books, I don't care, they look pretty. So this here is a bunch of toxic love, dysfunction, and cheating. I didn't know. When I seen everybody rate this as 5 stars, I had no idea that there was cheating in this book, but apparently when you get to, I think, A Long Way Home, I'm not too sure which one, but apparently it explains why the person cheated, and you kind of forgive him, not forgive him, but you kind of move past it and you end up loving the character. So yeah, it kind of sounds very toxic, and it's about Magnolia and BJ, and I think they hurt each other a lot and they do things to each other. I kind of feel like it's probably your right person, wrong time type of relationship, but this is my number one. I'm so excited to start this. Having the pretty covers helps. Like, oh, like the foiling, just get out. They're so stunning. The story itself probably isn't, but, and I did have a sneak peek, and this page, it's not a spoiler, it's at the front, but pause to read it if you like. But it's like, how many loves do you get in a lifetime? How many people do you get to call yours? There are all sorts of loves in this world, not all of them, but most of them are beautiful. Some are old, some are noble, some brave. And it pretty much just goes on and on. It just sounds beautiful. It sounds so beautiful and heartbreaking, and I'm gonna sob. I know. I'm setting myself up for sobbing. I feel like I'm setting myself up for sobbing with all of these books. Like, are there any happy ones? I can't even remember. That is all 15 books, and I'm really excited to read this year, and let me know which one I should start with. Like, I don't want to start with number one, but at the same time I'm like, if I read some of these singles first, I mean these are series, but you know, if I read some of the smaller single ones first, I really don't know. Also, let me know what your most anticipated reads are for 2025. I would love to know. I might even be able to add one onto my TBR. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and I appreciate you being here watching this. Bye.